Hello and welcome to this week's Live Local and Loud with me, Kevin Gaughan. In today's show, Lee from Prime UK Band will be chatting to 80s electronica sounding musician Sean and his dad, the producer, Mark. And as always, we'll have plenty of homegrown music by local musicians here on Live Local and Loud with me, Kevin Gaughan. Kicking things off on today's show from the 2019 album of the same name, here's Michael Vickers and Please Don't Tell Me.
Please, please don't tell me that everything ought to make sense. I've been over it again and again. I planned how I wanted this to start out and to end. You made different plans. I wish you told me your plans back then. Words I should have said sooner, hints that I managed to miss. Feeling like this makes me wish that feeling like this ain't the piss. And although none of this matters, I'd take anything other than this. At least your name's now been ticked off my list. I just can't remember what it is. By now, I ought to know where I stand from being that side of the fence. In my defense, this time is different. I've been searching for answers you mustn't want me to see, and drinking to help me to sleep, but I bet you ain't drinking for me.
From his 2019 album, that was Michael Vickers and Please Don't Tell Me. From a very energetic young band who promises to have a lot of stuff coming our way in 2021, here's Kinch the Buzz.
Kick you on the street, don't show me the fuzz. Yeah, just show me your age, baby. Now show me the buzz. You don't know us to live in, I will be in your debt. So don't waste all my time and don't cast the net. Carry in the new world. Turn over, turn over. Turn over, turn over. Turn over, turn over.
was Kinch, spelled Kynch, The Buzz. Great stuff. Look forward to hearing lots more from them when we get unlocked in 2021. Now we're going to hear from a young chap we spoke to a couple of months ago here on Live, Local and Loud, young Mr. Mason Bailey. Don't forget, if you want to hear any interviews or podcasts or shows that we've done in the past, just check out www.musicinleicester.co.uk. Meanwhile, here's Mason Bailey and Whenever You're Around.
Serenade me with those games that she plays. I'm lost in this moment and caught in a haze of doubt. So am I in or am I out of time? Tell me, do you feel the way I feel? Do you feel the way I'm feeling? 'Cause you break my heart and you take my soul, steal my pride and then swallow it whole. No, my feet won't touch the ground whenever you're around. No point in trying if you always lose. Life's not a game you can't pick and choose, it's fate. So am I in or is it much too late? This time tell me, do you feel the way I feel? Do you feel the way I'm feeling? 'Cause you break my heart and you take my soul, steal my pride and then swallow it whole. No, my feet won't touch the ground whenever you're around. These twisted thoughts inside my mind keep me up all through the night. No, you always let me down whenever you're around. Whenever you're around. Whenever you're around.
That was Mason Bailey and Whenever You're Around. We're now going to hear from a young band, Linnea. Unfortunately, they're no longer with us. However, the lead singer is very much still with us. He's the main promoter at the Soundhouse, Mr. Jack Franklin. Here's one of their old classics, is Linnea and Casting Letters.
I used to have
That was an old favourite of mine, Mr. Jack Franklin and his band Linear and Casting Letters. Of course, he sounds a lot like Morrissey from the Smiths, although he tells me that he's not inspired by the Smiths at all. That just happened to be his voice. When he found his singing voice, he sounded like that. Rather wonderful too. Actually, last time I spoke to him, a couple of months ago, he said he may be getting involved in another music project. Interesting. Watch this space. Okay, it's time for this week's interview where Lee from Prime UK Band chats to Sean and his producer Mark about his music, and in my opinion it sounds rather 80s-ish, 80s electronica sort of stuff, which is really, really great sound he's got going there. But before the interview, we'll just start with one of his songs, Only You Can Do It. This is his latest single, Only You Can Do It by Sean.
Just can't sleep, so you stay awake. Sometimes you just can't sleep, so you stay awake. But I'm trying to ask you nicely, can you give yourself a break? I understand if you don't, no reason to be so cold. I understand that your brain is feeling kind of old, 'cause you've been sitting in the same hole, and you don't know how to get it out, and you're in your head shouting out, 'cause you don't know what you're about, 'cause you're trying to figure it out, 'cause you don't know who you are now, and I'm really trying to help you out. So you stay awake. Sometimes you just can't sleep, so you stay awake. But I'm trying to ask you nicely, can you give yourself a break? I understand if you don't, no reason to be so cold. I understand that your brain is feeling kind of old, 'cause you've been sitting in the same hole, and you don't know how to get it out, and you're in your head shouting out, 'cause you don't know what you're about, and you're trying to figure it out, and you don't know who you are now, and I'm really trying to help you out. Only you can do it. The truth is, only you can do it. Only you can figure it out. 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 Truth is, only you can do it.
We are live, local and loud. I'm Lee here from Prime UK Band, and that was a track called Only You Can Do It, the brand new single by my guest Sean, who's with me this afternoon, and he's with his father and producer Mark Hearn as well. How are you both?
Yeah, great. Yeah,
Like
we're working away on the next song.
Oh, getting in there already.
Oh yeah.
No messing around. So has the reaction been to the new single then? BBC picked up on it in a few other places, and
yeah, it's been played on Irish commercial radio. It's looks like we might get it on Irish national commercial radio, and lots and lots of indie radio stations. We've sent it to a lot of stations, and we've had really good response. I mean, response to this single has been much better than the previous. We've done 5 singles already. This is the 6th single, and the response has been great. But I think it's probably better quality than the previous singles in terms of the production quality. We're learning all the time.
definitely feeling like you're taking it to the next level. So
yeah,
Sean, what got you into this kind of music then that you're doing at the moment? What started it all off for you?
Well, ever since I was small, there's always been music playing around, this like Nirvana, XTC, like David Bowie, all kinds of different genres, and I kind of just picked it up in the background as my influences, and I've just decided to just take it all in and hone it into my own little style. Some
amazing music there to be influenced by, definitely. So was it a lot of your dad's collection then? Because you obviously Mark's your dad, and you're living together and producing together at the moment. So
yeah,
you steal a lot of his stuff.
Yeah, I steal a lot of his stuff. Yeah, I do. But I also listen to a lot of R&B and stuff like that, and a lot of rap music. I listen to all kinds basically. And I also do my own searching sometimes, see what else is out there to inspire me.
Definitely, it's a good way to build on those.
We listen to a lot of African music as well, because his mum is from Zambia. You know, I mean, she's stuck there still. She's not due back until April 1st, and you know, so obviously she brings a whole load of other types of music to the table. So, you know, like yesterday we were listening to Earth, Wind and Fire, and you know, kind of like 80s kind of disco tracks. So, fantastic. You know, it just depends. You know, we listen to a version of the Sex Pistols today. You know, I mean, so it's a right mixture of stuff. You know,
it's definitely a good ground, and then you craft your own sound from that, don't you? I noticed on your social media, you kind of commented on the fact that you got that mixture of styles. You got that 80s influence, but the soul influence as well, the R&B kind of. Like, you kind of take pride in that, and it's definitely a good thing to take pride in.
Yeah.
Well, we try and, you know, obviously you're learning how to write songs and all of that stuff, you know, so it's all everything is kind of like learning, but, you know, fun. You know, if you're not having fun doing music, then you're not really going to do any music. You know, you might kind of construct something, but it's not really about that, is it? It's more about what comes out, you know, what you find, you know, more than you know, music isn't. There's no shortcuts in music. I think that's probably the way to say it. There is no shortcuts. You just keep doing it, and sooner or later you'll start getting something good. You know.
I suppose if that passion and originality comes out in there somehow, then that you've automatically got an advantage on the rest, I suppose. It's like kind of being an artist and having all the different paints and materials and things to hand. The more genres, the more things you've got to tap into. I suppose that's a pretty
before the lockdown, we had a lot more musician friends who could come around and they could contribute. You know, we have great percussionist friends, great guitarists, great bass players, you know, great singers. But, you know, obviously that side of things, we've really missed it, you know, I think. But at the same time, we've been able to get on with, you know, the sound that we're developing probably is coming from the fact that we're limited to what we've got, you know, and so we have to use that really, and we have to learn how to get the best sound out of it, and, you know, and that's, you know, and just try and get better and make better songs, and, you know, entertain people as well at the end of the day, because that's what you have to do, you know. You've got to, if a song isn't saying something or means something, then it's kind of got no value, you know.
Maybe in a way those the limitations over lockdown have probably focused you a little bit more as well, and maybe that's why the tracks possibly just took off a little bit more than your previous stuff as well, maybe.
Yeah, well, I think
I'm going to play a track now that's called "Sweet Brother of Mine," and you can tell me a bit more about what influences your songs and your lyrics and things like that, and how you come up, how you create the material. This is Sean with "Sweet Brother of Mine."
Sweet brother of mine, what are you doing on the front line? Sweet brother of mine, what are you doing up way past 9? The streets ain't kind to a boy like you, and your presence here has me feeling all kinds of blue. I know what you're gonna say, but I don't wanna play those games. No, I'm sorry I don't work that way. No, I'm sorry I don't work that way. No. Sweet brother of mine, what are you doing on the front line? These streets are dangerous for a boy that looks like you. Sweet brother of mine, what are you doing on the front line? I know you're hanging out, but the feeling is not mine. I know what you're gonna say, but I don't wanna play those games. No, I'm sorry I don't work that way. No. Sweet brother of mine, what are you doing on the front line? These streets are dangerous for a boy that looks like you. Life is short and the night is young. Sweet brother of mine, what are you doing on the front line? Sweet brother of mine, what are you doing on the front line?
We are live, local and loud. That was "Sweet Brother of Mine" by my guest today, Sean, and he's also with his dad, Mark Hearn, who produces his material as well. How do you sit down and write a track then? What's your method behind what you do?
With "Sweet Brother of Mine," I kind of just I saw my brother, and it was around like 9:30, and I was thinking about putting him to bed, and I just kind of freestyled it off the top of my head and wrote it down, and that's where I got the idea from, basically.
And what do you do then? Do you come up with your vocal melodies and things like that, and then add the music later? Is that your normal routine, or?
Well, with this song, I composed it, and I based it off. What's the song called? Small Town Boy.
Oh yeah, Small
Town Boy is what I kind of was inspired by that song off of. And after that, I wrote down the melody of the guitar first, and then I recorded the singing on top of it.
And then we would normally, the way we record, we'll put a drum beat down so that the singing, we get things that we have a basic drum beat, and then we'll go in and edit then afterwards, and and try and make it, but try and get a nice sound, and but we're getting better. The next two songs are going to be good,
So you feel like you're just tightening up more on the production side of things, and just
tightening up on the production side, tightening up on the song side, and Sean is getting better at singing too. I mean, he's getting better. His writing is becoming better too. So it's I think we're heading into a very productive kind of phase. And I think that for us now is to try and do as much stuff as possible, as quick as possible, really, and that's kind of really what we have to do over the next. We're thinking of a single every month for the next couple of months,
Fantastic.
And that keeps the momentum going then as well, you know, and also, you know, we are starting to get some followers, and it gives them something to I mean, and it's great when we release things now. We get a big rush in from our followers, you know, and we get, you know, and we can see it like from the statistics, you know, and the metrics as they come in. You can see, you know, oh yeah, great, this is, you know. But it was really pleasing to get onto the BBC. I mean, it's always nice to get, you know, recognition from your peers, from the you know, and from local, you know, because it means you're kind of, people are thinking, yeah, this is okay, you know, and it's great validation of what you're doing, you know.
Definitely, it can be very inspiring to see that you're building up that momentum with what you do. And I suppose today's world's a bit more of a single market as well, isn't it? Singles market. I suppose somebody who's got a lot of creative, different influences like yourselves stands out a little bit more probably on that front as well.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the economics are changed, and right now, you know, for anybody in the music business, it's a difficult time, and because the vast majority of income is earned from live, you know, playing, and you know, we can't wait to be doing live shows, you know.
Of course, but I mean, at the same time, there's a lot of people making money out of their you know, selling their songs on, selling them, getting them on adverts, and I suppose that creates.
Oh yeah, well, that's great stuff too. You know, I mean, there's lots of markets, all right. Yeah, I mean, you know, getting into them is you know, that's the trick. You know.
Well, we'll talk about the live scene in Leicester and things like that in a second. Then we're going to play a track of yours called "See You Later," and then we'll talk a bit more.
Got you on my mind. Got you on my mind. Got you on my mind, and I can't wait to see you later. Ooh, I need you. Ooh, I want you. Ooh, I need you. Ooh, I want you.
We are live, local and loud. I'm Lee Hare from Prime UK Band, and that was a song called See You Later. It's by Sean. So in terms of the live scene at the moment in Leicester, I mean, obviously, as an outsider looking in, I'm from Nottinghamshire, I often see Leicester as kind of probably an alternative rock market with just a little bit of that soul R&B kind of vibe. How do you think the town is on like the electronic music front and things like that? I think you're one of the first people that's kind of got that big electronic influence that I've probably seen in Leicester. Is there anybody else that's kind of took your eye at the moment in terms of the live scene or anything like that?
I like what HQ are doing. You know, I mean, you know, they have a roster of artists. They've got Harry Giorgio. I like his stuff. You know, we you know, I like some of the. I like Comprehend. He's getting better. You know, people are you know, there's you know, SLP, the Kasabian people. I like what they're doing. There's like lots of. I mean, and obviously in Leicester, I mean, when before the lockdown, when we were going to a lot of open mics and you know, different things with Too Funky. They're another very good crowd of people. And Sean was doing some live work with them. He's hoping to record 3 songs live with them in the next month or so. So that could be another EP, you know, an EP with instead of having electronic instruments to have live musicians, you know, so that could be interesting.
How have you set up so far on stage then, Sean? How have you set up with your open mics or your gigs? What tends to be your on stage setup?
Well, usually I just go on stage with a microphone and kind of like dance around and try and build a presence on the stage so I can get people moving.
So is it a backing track, and do you bring your guitar on stage at all? Or?
Yeah, usually there's a backing track that goes along with me.
So it's a backing track and you just go ape on stage and give people a bit of entertainment?
Yeah. Try a few dance moves.
Can't beat it. Well, I look forward to seeing the future shows. Are you guys setting up any live streams anytime soon or anything like that? Is that? I think Too Funky and like the Soundhouse and places like that have got that in mind.
Oh yeah, the live stream side. Yeah, we're looking at it. I mean, we've downloaded a few programs and we've had a few plays around with them, and you know, we'll you know, when we can get the logo to stay in the same place, etc. You know, and be able to. One of the things I find with a lot of the live stuff, I've looked at a lot of live shows over the lockdown period. You know, I love it when the sound is good, you know, and you got a video. But I mean, I've seen so many that were like, you know, good. They could have been, looked like they might have been good shows and stuff, but they've been really let down by the sound, you know. And I think that if we do one, I think that it's going to be important that we have a good quality sound, and you know. And I think we'll try a few, and some of the first lot will be pretty experimental because, you know, we're finding our way. But, you know, I think that's how you do. You know, you learn by doing. You know, you don't learn by not doing. You know.
But at least put in some imagination in terms of like the presentation and aiming for a high quality audio.
Exactly.
And like you say.
Exactly. A video is very important. You know, we're shooting a video for this current single at the moment. We're getting a few. Again, it'll be a basic idea, but we need to put a video out of this particular single.
Yeah, you've got. I did notice you've got some video content. I think that you can click on it through the Facebook wall. I'll give everybody the Facebook links before we say goodbye. So it's facebook.com. Sean the One, that's spelt ONE, and then there's a number 1 at the end on top of that as well. And Instagram is Sean the number 1. So I thank you both for joining me tonight. Sean and Mark, very best of luck with your projects, and I look forward to either seeing you live or checking out some of your online material. And have a good evening, both of you.
Yeah. Well, thanks for having us on. Yeah, it was great.
It was a
My
pleasure.
pleasure, guys. Look after yourselves.
Great stuff there from Lee, Sean and Mark. Don't forget, Sean's Facebook page is Sean the One and the number 1. Now we're going to hear from regulars at the Queen Victoria Bikers Pub just up the road. Here's Kid Clumsy, Grow Up.
Singing the same old songs about bullies, bulls, and blowing chunks. Chicken has grown old and the one kid finally got the job. He's teaching English lessons, updated his Facebook status. He said, "Kid Clumsy, when will you grow up? I think it's time that you grow up. I think it's time that you grow up. I think it's time that you grew up." Sick of singing the same old songs about bullies, bulls, and blowing chunks. Your chicken has grown old and the one kid finally got the job. He's teaching English lessons, updated his Facebook status. He said, "Kid Clumsy, when will you grow up? I think it's time that you grew up. I think it's time that you grew up. I think it's time that you grew up. Sick of singing the same old songs. 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 For 14 years you've been living the dream. Same song, same all the same time, same beat. It's been like that since just for life. One hit wonder don't make me laugh. I don't wanna grow up. 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 I don't wanna grow up.
That was Kid Clumsy, Grow Up. Often to be seen at the Queen Victoria Bikers Pub just up the road, or at least they will be after lockdown has been released. Hopefully in June, but definitely not before. Anyway, so now we're going to have a little bit of local reggae, ska, punky music from Last Edition, Million Times.
I try to write this song a million times. I try to write this song for you and I, but all the words in my head are wasting breath. And now I'm sitting all alone on a Saturday night. I got the TV on and it's telling me how my favourite pastimes are ill-advised. My hopes and dreams will be unfulfilled. Keep towing the line until my time is up. Whoa, I've got a passion for distraction. I'm a walking contradiction. You're a sign that there are better things to come. I've got a passion for distraction. underdog win. Let's get to the chase and let the credits begin. Oh, I've got a passion for distraction. I'm a walking contradiction. You're a sign that there are better things to come. I've got a passion for distraction. I'm a walking contradiction. You're a sign that there are better things to come. You're a sign there are better things to come. I've got a passion for distraction. I'm a walking contradiction. You're a sign that there are better things to come. I've got a passion for distraction. I'm a walking contradiction. You're a sign that there are better things to come. You're a sign there are better things to come. You're a sign there are better things to come. You're a sign there are better things to come.
That was Last Edition and Million Times. Still very much active and writing loads of new material. Looks like they're dying to get out and start performing again, according to their Facebook page. Always a good band to see live. Great fun. Last Edition. Chilling the pace down a bit now, here's Matt Henshaw and It Ain't Easy.
If only I could find the words and tell you how I feel. You know I'd take them back. All the other things I said, I'd take away the bad along with the rest. Oh yes. If only I could find the words, I know your heart would melt. There's no point in looking back all around my head, looking back on all the sad, the pain of yesterday. It's in something you did to me. Well, it ain't easy, no, Lord, it ain't easy. Feeling like I never did before. It ain't easy, no, Lord, it ain't easy. Knowing I'll feel forevermore. If only you would say the words you know I long to hear. And so much time has passed since we did the things we did. Well, I've been broke 1,000 times. I'm all alone since then. It's in something you did to me. Well, it ain't easy, no, Lord, it ain't easy. Feeling like I never did before. It ain't easy, no, Lord, it ain't easy. Knowing I'll feel forevermore. Now everybody's heard my stories. How do you think it's going to end? It's so hard to ignore these. Something you did to me. Well, it ain't easy, no, Lord, it ain't easy. Feeling like I never did before. It ain't easy, no, Lord, it ain't easy. Knowing I'll feel forevermore. This is how I feel. This
this is how I feel. Forevermore.
That was Mr. Matt Henshaw and It Ain't Easy. Great stuff from him. Just looked at his Facebook page. There's nothing on there since about September last year, so perhaps he's just taken himself off social media for a bit or something. Not too sure, but yeah, it was. Hopefully he'll be back at some point. And his cups of tea. He used to love his cups of tea when he was performing. Now for something a little different, one of Leicester's big instrumental rock bands. They're really big in Japan, actually, this lot are. And also finishing off today's show, really great band. Here's Maybe She Will. That's all one word, Maybe She Will. By the way, before I play this, I should just say that they've taken a few years out, but it looks like they should be coming back at some point. So great, I'll look forward to that. So here's Maybe She Will, Red Paper Lanterns. That was Maybe She Will and Red Paper Lanterns. If it still goes ahead, it looks like they'll be headlining one of the days at Arctangent Festival, which is in Bristol from the 18th to the 21st of August 2021. So hopefully that'll still be going ahead. But yeah, loads of bands there. Cult of Luna, Mono, Maybe She Will, Agent, Fresco, Caspian, Perturbator, and lots of other bands there. So if that goes ahead, hopefully it will do. But yeah, Maybe She Will, absolutely fantastic band to catch live. So that brings us to the end of another live Local and Loud with me, Kevin Gaughan. I hope you've enjoyed this week's show, and don't forget to check out www.musicinleicester.co.uk for anything to do with local music around Leicestershire. Also, there's a very handy gig guide which is filling up nicely now with lots and lots of gigs for when we get unlocked. There's lots and lots of gigs. Do have a great week, and I'll see you next Thursday at 5 o'clock here on Hermitage FM.